Hey traders, this is Baja Pips. It's Tuesday, April 11th, 2023, 12:59 a.m. in China. This is going to be my last video today. It's part of my weekly technical breakdown series. I've already made 2 videos today. You can check back in my recent videos to see those if you want to see what I broke down earlier. In this video, I'm going to do one pair just because it's on my watch list and it's just something that I would like to assess myself just because I do see some potential movement in this pair, and that is the Euro US dollar. Now, looking at the Euro US dollar on the daily time frame, we can see that it's currently at a resistance. I'm going to show you all right now. Just mark it on up. It's my first time really looking at it since my mobile phone, but we are currently at some highs and price is currently bullish. It's a little bit tricky because we do have some highs around 1.11857, which is what I'm more or less looking at. So if we could continue on up, we could see possible another 200 to 300 pips north, and that is very appealing to someone that is looking for both. But also we are at the highs of a range, which means that any moment price could collapse to the downside, and we could see price get down as low as 300 pips. So it's kind of in the middle of a range on the daily chart. Now, when I look at the 1 hour, I see bears taking over. Now, this type of trade setup is a little bit tricky for some people, but for me, I do see a possible short opportunity. Now, without looking at the macros, it was bullish, let's say last week, but as the week ended, it kind of went out into indecision. Holidays came and price just went down. Now, some of you are probably asking, why would I sell against buying pressure? Well, it's quite simple. Buyers look quite exhausted, and it looks like there could be a possibility for sellers to take on over. So I'm more prone to short it rather than going for a long. Now, there are some swing lows nearby that I'm looking at, but they're not of my concern. I think that they can all be taken out all at once, and we could possibly see about 100 to 200 pips down, and that's not bad if you're looking for a short. So for me personally, I'm gonna look for some sells on Euro USD, and the area of support that I'm looking at, I'm gonna look at an area of supply. I'm gonna put the spray up right here. I'm gonna look for it to break this area of support right here. It's an area of demand right around 1.08155. Now, we can get down there. Might be able to stick like a 40 to 50 pip stop loss and take it on down. Let's look at the daily chart once again to some recent lows. I think it can go as low as 1.02798, which is about 560 pips away. Of course, that's a long shot, so I don't really like doing long-term trades like that. So we'll take it down to the first area of demand, which is around 1.08238, and that is me being bearish on this pair. Overall, it is bullish, and we are moving on up, but buyers were struggling to bring price on up back in January. Price crashed a little bit, and then they are currently bringing price on up again. But as we can see, price is currently undergoing some sort of congestion. Now, what we can get out of this congestion, like I said, would be a possible move to the downside, as I'm not really concerned about April 3rd lows. They are kind of sticking out, but they're kind of compiled next to other lows, and that just draws some concerns. I think that there's some buyers there with some stop losses longer term, and before it does possibly move on up, I think it's gonna hit the at least retest this range. We do have a range, by the way. Price was moving on up in December, then it came on down, it failed to break down lower, and then it came back on up. So we are currently inside of a range. Now this might be a little bit dangerous for me to short because I don't really like selling things that are within a swing high of a range, and this is kind of a complex area. So only thing that's really telling me that is bearish, more bearish, is looking at the hourly. Price has been dropping. I mean, the recent past few hours, it definitely pulled back significantly, and that right there is kind of showing me that it wants to go back down in the range. Everything has met the criteria on the hourly chart at least, so I'm gonna at least go with the hourly. And you know, when price gets down about 170 pips, that's probably when I'm gonna be a little concerned about pulling out my trades. So like I said, I don't know if it's gonna actually reach 1.05033, but that would be a longer term target. I'm gonna focus on the little areas first. Like I said, it should at least get down about 150 to 200 pips before possibly bouncing, and that's pretty much my setup. So if I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, we could see that price has just been decimating the bulls. So the bears has just been taking over the entire day, and we can see buyers kind of trying to step on up right now. Let me draw a trend line just so I can show the visuals a little bit more clearly. So yeah, buyers are kind of stepping on up right now. But if we do see the support, the lows of right here, 1.08210 broken, then we could see some selling pressure to the downside. So that's going to be my breakdown for this pair, is that I'm going to be selling the Euro USD at the lows of 1.08232, and my stop loss is going to be about 50 pips away. Could be a little bit more, about 60 pips away, about 1.08834, and I'm going to be taking it down about 180 pips. So that's about a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and that's going to be it for the Euro US dollar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I'm going to upload it on my Discord. The link will be below in the bio. All right, have a good night.